Hey everybody, welcome. Tonight we have a very special guest who's going to be co-hosting right off rip. You guys know her, you guys love her, I love her the most. This is my wife, Jax. Welcome everybody, it's so good to have you here on Sunday Night Live. Jax was really excited about this one specifically because she thought that this story sounded great. So we're really glad that you guys decided to join us. I hope everyone's weekend is going amazing. Big shout out to all the mods. They're the ones that keep this community safe. They're the ones who keep us able to have a good time here without the you-know-who's, the trolls. I hope everybody's having a good night, man. Yesterday was my birthday. Had a really good birthday. We had a family dinner. It was really lit. Alex says, what'll happen to Ethan Crumblay and PC? I don't know who that is, homeboy. I wish that I was more educated so I could give you a proper answer on that. I don't, off the top of my head, know who Ethan Crumblay is. Sounds like a terrible name. I'm assuming he did something bad if we're talking about him being in PC. I'm going to have to get back to you on that one, though, brother. We had a really good time, man. I'm now officially as old as dirt. And she just sort of is my like senior care person. She makes sure that I'm straight, follows me around, make sure I don't fall off cliffs or out of my walker or whatever. Make sure I don't get lost when I'm in the bathroom. So I'm lucky. I'm blessed to have her. So, Saberwolf, happy belated birthday. Also, what's up, Jax? Love you, Sapurwolf. Love you, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, man.
Freezing.
You're freezing? It's not even cold.
I'm freezing.
You just have giant boobs and they're taking up all the heat in the room. EC was the Oxford school shoot. That's who it was. You know what I read about him? Bro, I honestly did not even register his name because I don't give those people names anymore. So I just did a video on him. That's why the name didn't register. I can assume that dude doesn't have anything nice coming, at all whatsoever. I'm going to assume they're going to put him in PC and the dudes are going to be trying to get at him nonstop. I just saw a super chat from the homeboy Chad, man. Chad from Blood on the Razor Wire. He is one of the most class act dudes in the game on doing any of this. Also with his paralegal work, man. If you guys are not following Blood on the Razor Wire, I don't know much about the feds, bro. If I have questions about what's happening, what would go on in the feds or anything about the feds, man, Chad is my go-to guy, bro. He is absolutely, Trev just said it, an absolute legend. And this dude is continuing to work with freedom fighters. He's a paralegal, just getting people out of prison for wonky sentencing, man. Stuff that shouldn't go down, injustices. This dude is out here fighting to get people their lives back. He's a really incredible human being, and we're blessed to have him here on this live, man. If you guys aren't following him yet, you guys should be, man. I've also got interviews with him, and he did an interview with me on his channel. He's been a good friend of mine for a while now, and I'm glad to have him, man. Let's see, Ominous, who was your favorite Star Wars character? Did you read the old Mara Jade Thawne books? No, I did not read those books. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always ride out with the villains, bro. When I was a youngster, I really liked Luke and I really liked Hans, but like, I've always had a place in my heart for the villains and, Darth Vader, Darth Maul, all the way through it. I didn't really like the Kylo Ren character that much, bro. Bro, he just didn't slap, bro. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have that super dark force edge like the rest of them. Alex said, hey, Jax.
Wood chipper!
Wood chipper! Hey, and Chad, thank you again, man. I appreciate you, big dog. There's a super chat right there. If y'all want to hit that link and take a second to go follow Chad, Blood on the Razor Wire TV, man, I promise you guys, you will not regret that. Shane said, it's Zapper Wolf, like Bug Zapper. Bro, you are the third. Everybody keeps telling me it's pronounced different ways. Yo, Zapper Wolf, can you confirm or deny whether these people are messing with me about the pronunciation of your name at this point?
Say pronunciation 3 times fast.
Pronunciations. That's all I got. Love you, Shane. Thank you so much. Landon Martin, big love and respect. Shout out to you, my dude. Zapperwolf said, what's the name of the song you use at the end of your videos? You Sold Me Out one. I really vibe with it, but I can't find it. So it's going to be on my Spotify. It's going to be on Apple Tunes. It's going to be on all the different streaming channels. It's called No X's, All O's. That's the name of that song that's at the end. It's just a few second clip. And I love you, homie. I appreciate you big much. Okay, so we've gotten through the soups. So we're going to jump back, man, because I really want to talk about this. This dude, it's wild. This happened in Medford, Oregon, okay? So that's not too far out of where I live. And Medford is like its own little universe, dog. Like, Oregon and the Pacific Northwest are its own weird little universe, but Medford is extremely and incredibly weird, bro. So, this dude is 72 years old, and he lost a lawsuit. He got sued for something, and they were taking his house away. And he was like, no, I'm 72 years old. You can get on before you get shit on. He told him, come in my house, bro. Run up, do that stuff. And so when the feds came, bro, they came to kick him out, and they were like, they noticed there were bear traps set up everywhere. And they were like, what are we walking into? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're coming to kick someone off their property and they've already heart checked you, and you start to see bear traps everywhere, they did what they needed to do. They called out the bomb squad, bro. They got the FBI there. I think it was originally local police, and then they upped the ante when they started seeing the traps laid out everywhere. It says, fueled by anger and bitterness, this defendant booby-trapped his property in Southern Oregon with intent to seriously injure someone. God, they're so dramatic, bro. This is out of the FBI's police report or Fed report. Or what would an FBI police report be?
Why are you asking me?
I don't know, because you're the soccer mom of the year.
I just feel like he was watching Home Alone and this dude was taking notes.
Yo, for real, bro. Like, this dude watched Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and he was like, yeah, that slaps. In fact, there's one of these booby traps that he used was so close to that, it's wild. So he actually rigged a hot tub in the backyard. When you open the gate, the latch on the gate, it triggered the hot tub, just comes rolling downhill at the gate. And it smashed like a whole hot tub on wheels full of water. And like just hot water in a hot tub just coming straight at you. And it almost messed these dudes up, right? Besides the bear traps, they found a minivan blocking the front gate with bear traps all over it, under it. And there was a bomb under the hood that was triggered on this minivan. Like, they had a trigger, like, if you touch it, it triggers it, and it explodes the minivan. This dude was not playing, bro. They also located homemade spike strips, which the receiver had previously run over. So he had run over his own spike strips in his front yard, I think with the van, and he used the van to block the driveway so they couldn't get in through the gate. They observed that the hot tub had been placed and rigged in a manner when the gate was opened. The spa would roll towards the person who had opened the gate. They observed that the windows of the residence had been barred from the inside. So this dude made his house into a prison to keep the feds out, bro. You know what I'm saying? The front door had bullet holes all in it. In the garage, they found a rat trap modified to accept a shotgun shell. Though the trap was loaded, it was connected to the main garage door so that it would be tripped when the door was open. So when you open the garage door, a rat trap goes off and shoots a shotgun shell at the door.
I shouldn't laugh. Like, I know people got hurt, and I'm really sorry for that, but like... This story's lit. Didn't he do a whole thing with a wheelchair too?
Yeah, we're getting to the wheelchair. So the technicians and two other law enforcement officers gathered near the front of the residence and used an explosive charge to breach the door. The group carefully entered the residence looking for traps. They passed a wheelchair near the front entry, and when the wheelchair was bumped by one of the feds, it triggered a homemade shotgun device that discharged a 410 shotgun shell that struck the FBI bomb technician below the knee. He was then administered first aid and taken to the local hospital. So then they got this dude into custody. They started looking around and they found more booby traps all around his house. But he had little rat traps with shotgun shells in them everywhere with little tripwires and everything. He's a nut, bro. He's a nut. And I'm not encouraging this behavior, but I am saying legend.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Imagine you're 72 years old and you're using a wheelchair. That's ingenious. This boomer is giving millennial.
Yeah, the boomer is definitely giving millennial, like, bump my wheelchair, bro. Why? My knee's gone. What? It's insane, bro. Sap, like tree sap. See, and he was telling me zapper. Sapper wolf. I'm not good at making kitty noises, bro. I'm better at making dog noises. But sapper wolf. Sapper wolf. Sapper wolf. If it's spelled out how it sounds, it's sapper wolf. And thanks, bro. Hey, I love you, homie. And thank you for putting up with my mispronunciations and everything, dude. I'm sorry about that, and I really love you, and so does Jax. We really appreciate you here, family. Let's see, I want to make sure that I don't miss any other of the supers. Gertrude, Bartholomew, Quantavious, Danglenut.
That is a name.
That is a whole name, bro. That is a mouthful.
Whole name.
I knew a dude at OSB named Mouthful. That's a bad nickname to have in prison, let me tell you what. Templar Run in real life FBI edition. Yeah, you already know, dude. You already know. Well, Gertrude, I'm sorry. You already know, sis. I just had the dudes and the bros slipping off my tongue. That sounded really bad.
I'm not gonna judge. I just love you.
Stoner Link, what's up? Hey man, I broke my sobriety and I feel like I failed. Any advice? Look, here's the thing. Your sobriety's still there, dog. You can just pick it back up, homeboy. You can pick that sobriety back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took me so many times. It took me so many times to get it to stick. Like, it was ridiculous. And I felt bad every time I tried and I fell down. But honestly, what it turned into is every time that I tried and I failed, what I really did is I found a way that didn't work. And then I had to go back and I had to build it up again and try another way. And through the process of elimination, I found the way that would work for me. Unfortunately, I wish there was just a handbook to recovery and sobriety, but there's not, because we're all such unique, beautiful individuals and we have different root traumas. We have different things that, we need to work on for ourselves. And sometimes it takes the process of elimination to be able to find exactly what's going to work for us. I'm proud of you. I believe in you. You've got this. Do not worry about it. Take that energy, that whole idea of failing and that idea of shame, and turn it into something positive, because you're worth it, man, and I love you. Tam Emerald's here. If Home Alone was rated R, you already know, homie. Love you, man. Let's see. Oh, Jessica Kent's in the house. Hey, what's up, sis? How you doing? Good to see you here. Zach the Witch Doctor. Hey, JD and Jax, I hope you guys had a great week. We did, homie, and I hope you had a great week, too. I was wondering, what's your thoughts on the IRA and the Northern Ireland conflict? I understand wanting your country to be free, but I can't condone targeting civilians. Much love. Look, here's the thing is that there's a long and complicated history there. I will never condone going after civilians. But the things that the oppression in Ireland have done absolutely targeted civilians as well. These are complicated conflicts. And all I'm really going to say is that the innocents should be left out of these things, and they never are. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting on both sides. I don't condone it. You know what I'm saying? But, really, there was like almost, I don't want to say that they were trying to genocide the Irish people, but they definitely turned a blind eye when very similar thing was happening through starvation, through poverty, enforced by them. They were taxing us to death. They were taking our food. There were literally children and women eating handfuls of grass trying to survive. And luckily, a lot of us were able to get out, and luckily things got a little bit better after the potato famine. Like, largely, a large part of that, we had a lot of the Native American people sent us over funds and food to try to keep us alive. And big shout out to all of our Native brothers and sisters, man. But, it's kind of evolved and it's gotten weirder and weirder since then. So I'm just going to stick with exactly what you said, man. Targeting civilians is disgusting. And there's no excuse for that on either side. Kill It Elite, a long-time listener, first-time caller. Hey, homie. Welcome. So glad to have you here. I really appreciate you. Tonight is a great night to be here because I have a co-host, and she's way better looking than me. I would much rather look at her than look at myself. So I think that we got a special treat tonight in the form of this beautiful goddess, Queen Jaxie. Jessica, hey, thank you so much, sis. Yes, Jax is here, live and in effect. She got out of her comfort zone because she doesn't really vibe with cameras a whole lot. So for her, this is her coming out and hanging out because you guys, she's been lurking in the comments as a moderator and forming relationships with you guys in the comments. And she wanted to come and be a part of this. And this is largely in part to her loving you guys so much. So thank you guys for being you and inspiring her to want to come on here.
Yeah, also because it was your birthday yesterday.
Yeah?
And
is this a birthday present?
Kind of.
Aww, you're so sweet.
But you're really just interacting, you do your thing, you interact with all of our friends and family on here, and I just sit here and pet you occasionally.
Do you guys like my new hat? My homeboy Big Yam sent me this hat. It's a nice barbecue place, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty in love with this hat.
Your mom looked at that a couple times, and then she gave me the look of
My mom is a wonderful elderly Christian lady who is just a delight to be around, and I push limits. I'm that hat, the butt stuff barbecue hat, a lot of the stuff that I do. But I haven't gotten a face tattoo, so I haven't let her down on that one.
You can't.
I won't. Except for a wolf.
Promise.
You got it, lol. No rolled R, but yeah, you got it, man. No hate, all love. All love right back to you, man. And when I did it, before I read it, I did roll the R a little bit. But, I'm a roller, bro. I'm a rollist, per se. You know what I'm saying? I've rolled a lot of things in my life. I've rolled balls. I've rolled J's. I've rolled R's. I've rolled my plug a few times, bro. It's just a thing that happens. I'll try not to, but I can't make a commitment, bro, because my tongue is slippery. I have a slippery tongue when it comes to the R's. But we gonna get there. We gonna be all right. Big love to you, man. Amy Dibble, welcome. Thank you so much. Ashley! Hey, all. Big love and respect. Hi, Mama Jax. Awesome to see you on the live. Happy holidays to y'all. Happy holidays to you and to everybody else out there, man. So look, it's my first holiday back. Our first holiday. She's never had a holiday in a place with seasons.
Oh, I've never seen seasons. Aside from hurricane season. That's a whole thing.
Well, yeah, hurricane season and hot as hell season are Florida. So she's finally seeing leaves fall and frost on the grass in the morning and all of these things that she's never seen before. And I'm over here super pumped to have a Christmas tree. You know what I'm saying? But I've paid for the flooring that's going to be here, so we're not just living on subfloors anymore. For those of you who don't know, we're building our house out here in Oregon since we moved here from Florida, and we've got subfloor, which is basically just plywood that has a lot of plaster and paint all over it. And Jax deserves better. So we got carpet and flooring guys coming. I was going to do it and I decided I don't want to.
No.
Because I hate doing that type of thing.
Yeah.
Flooring is terrible for okay, so look, I'm a little top heavy. You know what I'm saying? And I got bad knees. I'm going to tell you this. If you're ever in a fight with a big dude, go for his knees. Take his knees out from underneath him, bro. If I was in a fight with a 4-foot dude and he kicked me in the knees, he would all the way be able to climb me like a tree afterwards, bro. I'd be done. I'd be cahooted, bro. But So getting down on my knees and doing floors and carpets just sounded like a terrible idea. I was not with it. But 405,000 subscribers. Yes, sis. Yes. Putting a Christmas tree. I have to move everything out of our house so they can put floors down. So putting in a Christmas tree seems like it would be like a huge pain in the ass to just take it out and then have to bring it back in. And Jax is going to be gone for a little minute. She gets to go back to Florida, enjoy some of the weather, you know what I'm saying, which is really awesome. I'm really happy for her. I'm going to be right here. So
I'm not looking forward to stepping off the plane and having like 86 degrees and humidity.
1,000% humidity.
Oh my goodness. I'm spoiled. I like this weather. It's so nice. Aside from ice on the windshield when I go to leave the house, that's kind of weird. I'm not used to it, but
big facts.
I really enjoy this weather. It's amazing. And I know that as soon as I step foot out of the airport, I'm going to feel like I can't breathe.
It hits you in the face.
It's like a gut punch.
I remember when I went on the run and I had to move to Florida from here, and like I first got off that plane in the Orlando airport, I was like, the first thing I noticed was the humidity. Like the air is heavy.
Yep.
It's heavy, and you're like, ugh. And the other thing is the smell. All of Florida has like a swampy, rancid smell to it that like when you live in Florida, you get used to it and you don't even realize it anymore.
Well, South Florida smells different than like where we were in Volusia. So
all of Florida has different smells, but there's always an underlying swampy tropical smell.
I'm actually really looking forward to the smell because behind the house it's a wildlife preserve and it's gorgeous, and that is the smell of home to me, like the brackish water, the ocean water.
The lovely smell of brackish water.
No, but seriously, like not in a bad way. You know how many times I've been able to reach over and just like pet manatees from the backyard? It's amazing. It's gorgeous. So to me, I associate it with good things.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell bad.
Manatees are the speed bumps of the ocean, you guys.
That's terrible.
So hold on. We got my boy Stoner Link saying, thanks, man. Love you, my Irish brother. And I love you too. Absolutely 100%. I really need to get the new Zelda games. Did you see that they're making a Zelda movie? Bro, I feel like we're not going to make it through. I feel like we're not going to make it through 2024. I just think something's going to happen, and we're not going to get GTA 6, and we're not going to get The Last of Us 2, and then I'm not going to be...
Knocking on what?
That's metal!
Don't say that. Why would you say that?
Look, at least, like, the beginning of next year, which is right around the corner, it's cut hair away, we're getting Dune Part 2. And I'm really amped for Dune Part 2.
Yeah, I'm super stoked about that.
Let's see. Jessica Kent says she's really happy to see you on camera tonight.
Ah!
Hey, James Collins Cares is here.
She knows how I am.
Yeah.
She knows.
Alex, what's up, dude? How could you be so cruel as to force a chimo down a wood chipper's throat? Poor wood chipper. You're right, but I don't think wood chippers have yet become sentient. I feel like we might have to rethink the move if Elon Musk starts making AI wood chippers. Or, and hear me out on this, we could have him make AI wood chippers that just straight aim for the chomos, bro. Because I think there would be a sense of accomplishment. I know every time that I've put mitts all across a chomo, I've had a feeling of accomplishment. But that being said, and I've said this in videos before, I hate it when I get chomo on me. It's terrible to get chomo on me. Maybe we could make self-cleaning AI wood chippers that seek out, hunter-seekers that seek out the chomos. Elon, call me. I'm here. We can work this out, bro. $1 million idea. Tesla ain't got nothing on this. What you think? Oh, I got the loving shoulder pat. Like the, isn't he special? That's like, this is the physical embodiment of bless your heart, sugar. Mercenary 101. What's up, family? How you doing, man? Question. Who does your eye makeup? Asking for a friend, I swear. I ain't wearing no makeup, bro. Today. You mean for old Porterhouse? Well, you know, Mrs. Porterhouse doesn't like to give her secrets away. When using the penitentiary, sugar, you got to use what's available to you. So, you know, sometimes you got to lick the M&Ms, the Skittles, and give yourself a nice coat. If you can't give if you ain't a real man's man unless you can do your own eye makeup, sugar. Let me just tell you, you got to figure it out for yourself. A little practice makes perfect. And just so you know, men's love it when your eye makeup is a little messy and runny. It makes them feel emasculated.
I don't know how I got through that without laughing. I tried so hard. I nailed it.
Yeah. Okay. This is going to be okay. Tashunka Witko. Above you, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I did my best. I think it's Tashunka Witko. Congratulations on the 400K. Got to fix the heater now. It's down. Keep doing good things. Hey, I love you, fam. Appreciate you. The heater's actually working. The heater here is loud. Like, it kicks a little, like, it'll kick on, and it'll be like, it's not loud, but it would pick up on camera. So I turned it off because I didn't want you guys sitting there going, man, why is there that in the background? You know what I'm saying? We turn it off for you guys because we're polite people.
Yeah.
We're caring and empathetic.
Yeah, and also we're cold.
I'm like literally in some like hoochie daddy shorts and like barely a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
The most fun is when I have the heaters on to warm the place up, and then he'll go behind me and turn them off so he can record a quick video, and then I'll go back behind him and turn them all back on. And we just do this dance over and over during the day. It's like a little...
So, Alex Rodolfo Silva Duarte. Does that sound right?
I mean, I have glasses on, but that doesn't mean I can see.
Just so you guys know, Jax does most of our driving, and she is absolutely blind. So
I mean, not absolutely. There's some vision. Just...
She hit me. You guys saw it. Shh, don't tell anyone. So Alex said, hey, JD, I found a story about a woman Chomo pretending to be 14 in order to essay boys, and there were men who were supporting her crime, hating humanity right now. Brother, here's the thing, and it bothers me every single time, is that you can get some people on board if little girls are essayed. If little boys are being essayed, dudes are just going to be like, lucky, wish I was him. You know what I'm saying? If it's a woman. If it's a dude, it's easier to get dudes on board, but there's like this weird, stupid double standard when it comes to boys being victims of that type of assault, man. And it sucks, and it's something that we really need to work on with society because, like, it's damaging. It's damaging to boys just as much to have a female adult take advantage of them as if it's a male adult or if it's a female victim. It's just a disgusting mindset that men have because men would literally fuck a wood fence with splintered holes in it. It's crazy to me. Trev says use hammer, not pee-pee. And he's right. He's right every single time. Jessica Kent now has a face tat appointment. What are you getting?
Yeah.
What are you getting? Florida is so weird. Original owner 777. What's up, family? As a descendant of a member of Good Friday Rebellion, my great-grandpop was sickened by the terror towards the end of his life. Soldier versus soldier. Soldier versus soldier is the only type of combat that should be happening. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? Like when it's a criminal world, the code of conduct is no women, no children. It's because you're not trying to involve civilians. But war is messy and it's disgusting, and unfortunately, just terrible shit happens, man. Terrible shit happens. But you're 100% right, and so is your grandpop. And big respect to both of you, man. Glad to see you here. Trevor says that you're not in Florida anymore, just so you know. JB says, Florida would trip me out because it has alligators. only in every body of water, sometimes the bushes, sometimes your front porch, like your lawn. There's definitely going to be some gators in your lawn. Am I missing anywhere, Jax?
Just like they can pretty much get anywhere.
Yeah, and also if it does get cold in Florida, you have to watch out for frozen iguanas falling out of the trees.
Not all of Florida though.
But yeah, like south.
Yeah, we have to do a cleanup if the temperature drops. We have to do a cleanup. But the thing is, like, when they freeze, you can't move them because they do thaw out and come back to life. Like, and then they're very upset if they've been moved. So the best thing to do is just like note where they are, leave them alone, and then it's super fun to watch them all come back to life. And when they first come back, they're a little ornery, and then they'll just like off. It's so much fun.
So, like, when you first started talking about Jesus lizards, I thought that you meant iguanas because they come back to life after they freeze.
No.
But you're not.
No,
Will you
those are
explain
the
Jesus lizards to our friends?
The Jesus lizards are the ones that run across the pool.
They can walk on water. They're literally so fast that they motor their little legs and they run across
And
water.
they're so cute, and I love watching them. They just run across the pool, so you can sit in the lanai and drink coffee, and as it starts to warm up during the day after a little cold snap, you can watch them just scurry across the pool and run away, and it's adorable.
Yeah. All right, so hey, from 116356-2, sending good vibes from Oxford. Yo, homie, appreciate you. Big love and respect. I have one question for you, my friend. Is that an inmate number? Is that an inmate number, or is that just a random number? It's okay not to tell me. You don't have to tell me. But I'm just wondering. And big love and respect to you, homie. Hope you're doing well out there in Oxford, man. James Collins Care says, get a live tree in a planter that you can use in the spring. We were actually looking at those. Like, the place that I like to go to is a locally owned and, like, largely, this place is employee owned as well, home improvement store here in town, and they have a bunch of planted ones. So I was thinking about doing that and planting it in the spring, and then, you know, maybe even next year unplanting it, wheeling it back in the house, and then going and planting it again. We could transplant it to our living room every season. Just keep decorating it. Play dress up with the tree every year.
The same tree?
The same tree. It could be like a tradition.
I'm going to name it.
Of course we're going to name the tree. You name everything.
I do.
Flooring is how you get shotgun kneecaps. Norwegian Ants, 1000%. Hey, Harley Quinn is here. I cry from December to April. It's the cold. I hate it so bad. Harley, I feel you. I'm not a big fan of the cold. It starts to kick in. I got like little bits of the, it's not the asthma, it's the arthritis. I got some of the arthritis. I'm arthritic in several places. And I do not enjoy being an arthromatic. It hurts in so many, it hurts more in the cold. I particularly enjoy being on the run and a fugitive from justice in a warm place because being arthromitic is a chore. I don't like it. You know, and also like Florida is where all them old G's went, man. You know what I'm saying? Like all the old mob bosses and everything, when they went on the run, they all went out to Florida. Because Florida is kind of lit and it's a retirement community. And, you know, like the villages where they all got different colored, what are them shits?
The
loofahs.
Loofah things.
Different colored loofahs because they're all swingers.
Scruffy things.
It is the STD capital of the universe. And it's a
universe.
retirement community because they out there just clapping like Quentin. Gertrude, get it! Sorry. Allora Hancock, good to see you. JD and Jax, hi guys, love and respect. Big love and respect to you, sis. It's so good to see you here. Sorry about everything that came out of my mouth in the last 2 minutes. Cue ball, smile, Jax. It's all good. Relax, Jax.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh.
Bro, so my mom, there was a moment, we were at family dinner for my birthday, and my sweet, conservative, elderly Christian mom said, your sister says I have the resting bitch face.
This woman does not use language like that.
It was tremendous. It was the cutest thing that I had ever seen.
Ever. In the history of ever.
Still renting space in my head.
I've been hearing her say it on repeat ever since that moment. I've kind of like partially checked out of reality, and I'm just like in that moment with your mom saying resting bitch face just over and over again. It was adorable.
And for me, I guess like I've never seen that in her, because I know her nature is so nurturing and kind and loving and empathetic, and she's literally the shirt off her back type of person and loves everybody. You know what I'm saying? She's one of the kindest, most compassionate human beings, and I see her radiate regardless of what her facial expression is. Yeah. So I would call my sister's judgment on that into question, but I can't say that I'm objective. Jax.
Did she say that your sister said that, or did she say that your sister gave her the term for that and then she thought she had it?
Mayhaps.
I don't know. All I heard, I only heard her say resting bitch face, and everything else went blank. I just know that we all laughed very loudly.
Yeah.
And she looked like, did I do something wrong? It was so cute. I love her so much.
So Ashley said, wait, you got the short shorts on today? You know what that means. Show us the zero tattoo. All right, we're going to try to navigate that.
Please don't fall on me.
I will not fall on you. So you can kind of see it from this angle. He has a majestic quality about him that our tattoo artist really captured, possibly manufactured, because he's kind of a goof.
Can I pet that dog?
Pet that dog. So now I have both of my dogs on either side of my thighs, where when I get anxiety, it's another tool in my anxiety tool belt. I can pet my dogs. One was a legit service animal, the other a disservice animal.
Yeah, that's what I call him.
He is a Boston terrorist.
Yep, that's
and yeah, the tat did come out good. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. My dude is so sick with the portraits, bro, and he's so fast. He's one of the fastest tattoo artists, man. Like, I was really, like, because I hadn't gotten tattooed from him in a long time, and he was really good when I left. And then I came back, and, like, I've been used to getting tattooed by Josh out in Florida, and Josh is fast with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's definitely fast with it. But Reed had progressed to a point where he's just all business, bro. Like, and he has a private tattoo studio, so when you go in to see him, there's no one else out around, and he puts on dope music, and you just hang out, and the vibe is real, you know what I'm saying? And so he'll just blast it out, and he's so fast, and it's so appreciated, because I do not like to drag out getting the tattoo. Zach the Witch Doctor, instead of wood chipper, can I use a weed whacker and work my way up? You know what? Like, so one thing that I never used one on the streets in my life, like a weed whacker with a saw blade on it. But when I was in prison and they had me out on a work crew, they had that. And I was like, I just came from a maximum security facility, and y'all are really out here handing me a chainsaw and a weed whacker with a full-on saw blade on it. I was like, man, I was in there with a little sharpened up piece of fence that I could jab into people's necks. Now y'all handing me machinery, bro. What? What in the devil? But yeah, absolutely. I think one of those could tear it up. Plus, it would be slower, and you could be more methodical. You know what I'm saying? You could take layers upon layers off. Limb trimmer. I like it. Jax is okay. She was off to the side doing her vaping in shame, as it ought to be.
Don't tell on me.
Don't tell. Abby says, we love you, Abigail. It's so good to have you here. There was a woman here in the UK that married a fence. Are you talking about the time that I was just saying where a dude would straight up bump uglies with the fence, with the hole with the splinters? Are you saying that she had marital relations with the fence? I applaud her bravery. Anything can be a dilder if you're brave enough. or with enough applied force. You know what I'm saying?
Why do we have a cabinet full of Jolly Ranchers?
So
we were going to make a video.
we were gonna make a video. You know what I'm saying? Like I did a video on the how to make a fifi, how guys make female companionship in prison, and we were gearing up to make one about how the ladies make their female companionship. Which, from what I was told. When I was working at the canteen warehouse when I was in prison, which only lasted for a couple days because they suspected that I was eating a bunch of stuff I wasn't supposed to be eating.
What?
Not me.
No.
Why are there a bunch of cans of tuna or packets of tuna opened that are thrown everywhere that are empty? I have no idea. Why are you doing push-ups? I have no idea. Anyway, but we were only allowed to sell the girls, the females, because we packed up their canteen orders, one bag of Jolly Ranchers every week because they were using them to mold apparatuses.
That sounds like a health hazard for a number of reasons.
Well, they were definitely messing up their pH. See, hey, Khaleesi's kitty said the exact same thing.
Yeah, it just sounds like really, really...
Hear me out.
It probably smells like low tide.
If you get all yeasty, can you then...
No, don't say it. Please.
Can you make toilet wine? Are you not well? Are you not feeling what? Was it something we ate?
Oh, God.
Tam Emerald forever. JD, you should be the mayor of Florida in GTA 6. Dude, so here's the thing. It's like a while back, like 6 or 8 months ago, I hit up Larry Lawton, and I'm like, Larry, bro, how do we get ourselves made as characters on GTA 6? And he's like, bro, that's a good idea. I should see if I could get a representative at Rockstar to throw us in, at least as like little cameos or something. And then I saw that he made a petition, put Larry Lawton on GTA 6. You know who he left out? The dude whose idea it was. Uncle Larry, I want at least 1 or 2 mil, like the Miami Joker.
What? Are you going to be like, we got to talk?
We got to talk. I love Larry, man. Larry. He's such a beast, bro. Larry Lawton is a good friend, and we love him. I hope that either of us get on there. I'd be stoked to see either of us on there. You know who I called the other night? I called Ian Bick. I'm like, Ian Bick, what are you doing? He's like, I'm actually hanging out with Mike Tyson right now.
Hold on, what?
Yeah. He was hanging out with Mike Tyson. I was like...
I know that's true. That was my reaction. I'm in the bathroom taking a shower. I hear, babe, Jax, wife, babe. I'm like, did someone get hurt? What's going on? Ian's hanging out with Mike Tyson.
Well, the part that I was stoked about wasn't the Mike Tyson part. It was the part about he's saying that if I want to fly out to New York, he can get me the interview with Brandon Novak to share with this community. And I'm really stoked on that because I've loved Brandon Novak, from Viva La Bam and Jackass and from his skateboarding for a long time. And what he's doing in recovery is tremendous. So 1163-56-2. It's actually my student ID from Oxford High. I am so glad it's not your inmate number. That is so much cooler. I love that. I respect that. Hell yeah. Big love to you, homie. Say some words.
Words.
Desert Rose. So happy to see Jax here on the live. Love you both. Rose, the Vietnam colored rose. We love you, Desert Rose. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to have her here hanging out on camera instead of on the couch, just off camera. I'm super glad that she did this. Jax, do you feel comfortable?
Not entirely. I like the off camera better, to be honest with you, but I love you and I love all of you. So that's one.
So when are we going to start recording some podcasts together? I mean, just to put you on the spot in front of all of our friends and family.
I mean, we can talk about it after my birthday.
So you're committing to doing it starting this week?
Well, this week we have a lot going on.
Cass sends her love. Trev just said it.
I love her.
Yo! Sapper Wolf. JD, you should do a redneck Christmas tree like I did as a teen. Put Christmas tree lights and giant ornaments on a tree in your front yard. I had a blast. That would be a great idea. I have a particular thing, bro. I have a thing for the smell of having a nice tree in the living room from my childhood. Because like, yo, like when I grew up, we were struggling for money. My dad like would commute over an hour, sometimes an hour and a half each way to get to jobs, and he would leave before the sun came up, and he would be gone till long after the sun was down. But he always worked his ass off to provide us things, and you know, he struggled. One thing he did every year was got us a Christmas tree, a real Christmas tree, you know, and he could have gotten the fake one. You know what I'm saying? There's no shame in a fake tree game, bro. But he wanted us to have that real experience, and something about the smell of a Christmas tree makes me instantly 1000% more festive. You know what I'm saying? And I want to have that, and I want Jax to have that, and I want the kids to have that as they're here. You know what I'm saying? So I just, it's important to me to do that. I just, like, Jax isn't going to be back until Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I
So-
land at like, I think 10 or 11 on Christmas Eve at night.
Shane, I know what you're doing, Shane.
What did we do?
He keeps putting in messages telling me different ways to pronounce Saperlo's name.
That's actually really funny.
I know. And hey, Shane, and everybody else. I talked to Jason, the Alaskan Avenger, today a couple times on the phone, and we had a really good talk, man. He's doing really, really well. I've got a story that we're going to be talking about. I'm going to be running it on a couple different videos, but I guess I'll let you guys know right here. They finally, in the prison that he's at, took the snitch box out. Now, I'll explain this to you guys. First off, Jason is the Alaskan Avenger. He's the guy who used the offender registry in the state of Alaska to hunt down 3 chomos, get in their house, and beat them with hammers. If somebody feels like, if any of the mods want to put in the petition, we're trying to get him free. He's already done 10 years. If anybody could, you know, do some really good work out here. He, since he was in prison, he's written a book on avenging childhood SA and vigilantism. He's done a lot of work on himself. He's done a lot of work to help other inmates. And he's mentoring inmates, and he's changing lives on the inside. We want him out here so he can work for hardcore recovery coaching with me to change lives on the outside too. But he told me today that they finally took the snitch boxes out of his prison. The snitch boxes are like a box where you can drop little pieces of paper in called kites. And people would use that to anonymously give tips on other people. So he said the lames, his words, the lames, all figured out that if they wrote a snitch kite saying that somebody was going to get stabbed, that they would come in the middle of the night, the cops would open the snitch box, pull the paper out, read it, and they would pull whoever they said was going to get stabbed out and take them to the hole for about 2 weeks while they investigated it. So a lot of these people were running up debts with people, and then when it was time for them to pay, they'd put in a snitch kite and have that person dragged out to the hole for 2 weeks so they wouldn't have to pay their debts. And if somebody was afraid of somebody, they would put in the snitch kite saying they're going to get stabbed. And this was a huge thing. So they literally, during any hours of operation where people were out of their cells, they had to have somebody posted at the snitch kite box, the snitch box, and you literally had to show the person. They would take shifts. You had to show the person what you were putting in there before you put it in. Finally, they got hip to it. They had enough people come to him and tell him, hey, the lames are using you guys. Like, you literally have chomos and lames manipulating you into doing their bidding. You're like their do-boys. You're becoming their punks. So finally, just in the last week since I talked to him last time, they took the snitch boxes out. And they told him, look, if you want to be a little coward-ass snitch and rat on people, you got to come hand it directly to an officer, say it to the face, and it can't be anonymous anymore or we're throwing them in the trash. So that was a win for them boys in there. So Sapper Wolf said, I am a meme now. Also, will you get Mama Delay on? I don't know if my mom's going to be willing to come on. I just don't know if she would want to do it. But I can ask her for sure. I don't think she'd be enthusiastic, but you know, I don't know. Gator and the Raven, have you ever been in Arkansas? I absolutely did the peer support conference for the state of Arkansas, and I was a keynote speaker, and I spoke at an overdose awareness event right there in Little Rock, and I love Arkansas with my whole heart, man. Amazing place, bro.
They're doing amazing things there.
Florida Jake, what's up, my homie? How you doing, brother? Yo, how's it going, JD? It's awesome seeing you and Jax on here today. I hope y'all are doing well. This is my first day without a cigar, and I'm going to start my 2024 goal and work towards quitting smoking. Coughing all the time sucks. I 1000% get that, and you got this, bro. You got this. I'm so proud of you, man. You know, I smoked like a pack and a half to 2 packs a day for like almost 20 years, bro. I was a long-term smoker. I always said that I would die with a cigarette in my mouth. So, you know, there came a point where it started infringing upon things that I cared about more. Like, I would get on stage to do a metal show, and I'd try to go do a metal scream, and it would, you know what I'm saying? I had to choose between my music or the cigarettes. And that's when I decided to quit. That was my motivation to quit. And I've only smoked a few cigarettes in the last, like 7 or 8 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was always under situations of duress, and it reminded me why I hated it. As soon as I got like a month under my belt, it stopped being something that I craved, and every time I would smell it, I would be like, ugh, ugh, ugh. It felt assaultive. So I'm really proud of you, Jake. I'm glad you're here, and I know that you can kick this, man. Let's all do something to make ourselves better for 2024. We got this. We only have to get through 2024. When we get to 25, we might get GTA 6. I think they're going to push it back to 2026, but I'm not trying to speak that into existence. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to manifesturbate that it's going to be in 2025. So we only got 1 year to get through.
Thank you.
And manifestations.
Yes.
Yes. Zach the Witch Doctor, thank you for the thoughts on war. I've been doing research because I'm making a YouTube movie about it. Bro, I want to see this. I want to see this. It's about a guy and his brother who get involved but realize that war isn't a fun game. The reality of war, bro, and the reality of violence is not tight, bro. It's not tight. Like, once you really get into it, and you see true violence, and you see the dark side of it, it's not like movies, bro. When you slide steel into somebody and you feel the warmth and the wetness coming off of them and you smell that blood, bro, like, it's something different, bro. It's something different. It changed my view on a lot of different things. Trev said neither is prison time. 1000%, bro. Trev is always 1000%. So, hey, I want to take a second. We got to do some shout outs real quick. We got Trev here. He's one of our mods. We got Harvey Talks Prison, man. Harvey does incredible content. If you're not following Harvey, you should be. We got Abigail. Abigail is our sister. We love Abigail to death. At JD Delay, Shane Blaze isn't here with her Riz comments. Yo, straight up. Let's see. We've got JB. JB's family, man. We love having him. And we've got Shane is here, and 3 Flying Monkeys. So these are our mods that are here with us tonight, man. And I just want to take a second to honor them because they keep this a safe place. They keep this from being a bad experience. I don't know if you guys have been in here when we get bot attacked or when we get people that are just being incessantly annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all for free speech and everything. But if you're just making it a shit show and unpleasant for other people and you're spamming to the point where people can't interact and have a good time, we want this to be a place where everybody can come and walk away taking something away with them of value and feeling a little bit better and feeling like they have a community. And people that suck want to take that away from us. And these mods are the army that stand between them and us. And Abby is twatapulting the trolls out of here, right and left. And that is her word. You guys can't use that. She has it copyrighted. She said I can, though. Twatapulting. Twatapulting. Let's see. Florida Jake asked, how did you and Jax meet?
Okay, so, my mom asked me that, and I was like, through mutual friends. Which is, it's true. It's true. Can we leave it at that?
I don't think that dude was a friend of mine ever. Was he a friend of yours?
Well, no, but like, this is gonna give it away. When I went back and looked at your pending friend request that you had sent a couple months prior, and I saw that you had mutual friends of mine that I knew in real life and people that I actually cared about and respected, like Sarah. And, you know, that's when I finally accepted the request.
She doesn't want to admit that we met kind of through a boomer platform.
I'm sorry to my mother. I promised her I wouldn't do that, but it worked out. So we're good. Basically, don't do what we did, though, I think is good advice.
So I was also like, I had sent her a friend's request on Facebook, but I also was roommates in a sober house with a dude that was like just abhorrent. He did a lot of wonky stuff, and he was talking to her, and
hold on, we weren't talking though. Like
no, not like that type of talking.
No, but I remember when you first moved into the sober house because he called me and he's like, hey, I just found out I'm getting a new roommate and I don't know much about him. And I was like, well, you know, keep an open mind. It could be great. Like, it could be a new friend of yours. Like, you guys could really hit it off and support each other through this. And then he called me back and he was like, oh my gosh, you're going to love this. He has a dog and his dog is so cute. And I was like, hold on, send me pictures of the dog right now. I want to see this dog. And so that I knew about Olive before I really knew you, because
this dude had a fascination with Jax. And so, but he was also terrible. Like, he was hustling several women. Like, he was in relationships with like 3 women at the same time, and he was hustling them. And Jax kept swerving him because she could tell that he was schmarmy. Schmarmy, bro. But he was obsessed with her because she would tell him no. And like the fact that he couldn't get her freaked him all the way out. So like he was like milking this single mom in Miami. Like she bought him a truck. She was offering to buy him new teeth because dude ain't had no good teeth, bro. Like all his teeth were fucked off.
You're giving a lot of detail about a real life person.
He was 5'3". Anyway, but there was a lot going on.
But he would call me, and like we had been friends on Facebook for a little while now, and dude would call me up, and then like he and I would be talking like through the guy, and he would get so mad, and I feel bad. I feel bad that he was upset, but like that was never gonna be a thing, ever.
So that's kind of a little bit of our history. Alex asked, what happens to Chimo owners in prison who waller out their Chimos and then get hemmed up for it, then come back to prison? Stab, 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 stab. Yeah, I'd say that's a fair and healthy bet. Alex also asked, are there any hustles I can do in prison as an unaffiliated good dude? Like maybe keeping score for basketball games between gangs? That wouldn't so much be a hustle. Like the hustles that unaffiliated people do in there is there's like a lot, like cooking. Cooking is a big thing. Doing people's laundry. You know what I'm saying? Because you only get laundry once a week and you only get 3 pairs of underwear and 3 shirts. So a lot of people who need a hustle and aren't ganged up, you know what I'm saying? They'll wash somebody's drawers and their shirt in their sink.
It's so gross. The math doesn't math on the laundry to underwear ratio.
It super doesn't match. It doesn't make any sense except that prison is terrible and none of us want to go there. Trev said that they make candy, which is true. I've seen dudes that were out selling taffy and stuff. It's nothing that I would have bought. And so D-Money Industry, it's not even really boxers, bro. Where I was at least, they give you tidy whities. Like, if you're going to recycle a pair of underwear between hundreds of men, why are you going to buy the white ones, dog? Why would you do that? That's insane to me. Why would you do that? Tattoos. Yo, if you can tattoo and you're not clicked up, you can absolutely make a good ass living tattooing. If you're a barber, you can make a good ass living in prison as a barber. You know, if you want to be a store guy, that's something that you can do. Most store guys, at least where I was at, shot a cut to one gang or another just for insurance. It's not as much like protection or whatever, but for insurance because, you know, people will run up big debts and then they'll do stuff to like get sent to another yard or something like that. Or they'll just tell the store guy, like, I'm not paying you. What are you going to do? And then that's when he goes, hey, you guys, dude says he's not paying me. He said, we ain't doing shit. We ain't about shit. And then the gang comes in and messes him up. Or he gets sent to another yard owing a bunch of money. So the gang has people on every yard and they can collect it. You know what I'm saying? Prison debt is worse than credit card debt collection. 1,000%. Yo, Depot, thank you so much. That's beautiful. I appreciate it. JD, appreciate everything you do, brother. Keep up the good fight, man. Love you, family. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that support, Depot. Glad to have you here. Trev said, like in the hood, liquor store, dude don't want to be robbed. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? And like a lot of the dudes that were running the tables, like the gambling tables, they're not affiliated themselves, but they run tables that are kind of under gangs because it's the same exact type of situation as the store. You have insurance if you're working with a gang to do that. Sapperwolf, writing is my specialty, so writing appeals maybe. Yo, like if you know law in there, as long as you're not a weirdo, bro, people are going to leave you alone. People are going to leave you alone. You're going to get respect because you're going to be able to help other people. So that, you know, that would be a big thing, but I didn't see too many people in there that know law really well. You know what I'm saying? There was maybe a couple people at every prison who had really invested enough time in the law library to be proficient and fluid and be able to do that. You know, like dudes like Chad Marks from Blood on the Razor Wire TV they're rare, bro. They're rare. Like Chad was in there getting other people out before he got himself out. He was in there getting people out of prison on crazy sentences, and then he got out and he's just continued to help people get out, which is incredible. He's kept up that fight the entire time. He got out and didn't forget the homies, bro. That's the dude that Chad is. I love that dude, and I have so much respect for Chad. Sean said, I have to fly. People, peace out, JD and Jax, all in here. We love you, Sean Blue. Thank you for being here. Hell yeah, as always, my man. What about Alex Murdaugh? So look, I don't know that much about the state. Hey, Harvey, love you. Good to see you, bro. Harley had asked about Alex Murdaugh. I don't know that much about the Carolinas prisons. I know what I know about the Carolinas prisons because of my good buddy Jumpsuit Pablo. And we did an interview. He interviewed me for his YouTube, and I had an interview with him for this community. And from what I've talked to him about, from you know what we've said about Colorado or the Carolinas prisons, I think that Alex Murdaugh is going to have a terrible time. I think that he's going to have a really terrible time. But there is a possibility, I guess, that he's getting out. Like they have some other stuff. I haven't really gotten into what's going on with the new trial with him, but there's a lot of people that are predicting that he's going to get out and get off scot-free. So I should probably look into that and then get back to you guys with some content about it because, you know, it's pretty crazy. Chad Marks got the Colorado first compassionate release in DOC. Yeah, man, his whole story is awesome. I was so happy that he came and shared his story with this community. It was such an honor to have him on. He's such a good dude. And also Jay Williams, you know, like we've been blessed in this community to be able to branch out and partner with other communities to be able to do some stuff. And I have a lot of interviews coming up that I think are going to really be interesting for everybody here. So I'll just say it, bro. The guy who stomped out Jared Fogle, you know, Jared from Subway. We're in talks. We're figuring out when he can jump on and hang out with us. You know, he's a good ass dude. You know, Jared Fogle needed to get stomped out for all that stuff he was doing with the Chitlins. So I can't wait to get that story on here. I think it'll be pretty amazing. We've got a bunch of other stuff coming up where I'm going to be branching out and doing a little bit more than just like straight up prison stuff. I'm also in talks with a sister from out in Florida who did 10 years in the worst prisons in Florida. I'm also talking to a female that's like 5'2" that was a CO at the worst men's prison in the state of Florida. So we've got a lot of exciting stuff coming up, and I'm really, really stoked to be able to bring this to the table with you guys. I just really love you guys, man, and I want to try to keep the content flowing in as exciting and diverse a way as possible. Really trying to get a lawyer on here too. I have a specific lawyer that I'm trying to figure out something with, so I think that'll be really cool. Blue, first time seeing you live. Keep up the good work. Well, you picked a really good night because I have my prettier, better half with me here, man. We're really glad to have you here, Blue. Brother Jay, in prison, do you know when someone is freed because they were actually innocent and was framed, or do the guys just disappear with no info on them? I've never seen somebody get proven innocent while I was in there that was like falsely convicted. Now, if you're talking about in county jail, you know, usually like you're not just going to get set free from court when you go to court and you're fighting your case. Like if you go to court and you beat a case, they still bring you back to jail and they process you out from there. You don't just get let out right there at the courthouse. So you'll know in county jail if someone beats their case, but I've never seen somebody come back that was wrongfully convicted and they got set free. In all my time being locked up, I never saw it. Just never seen it. Mark of the Beast, what's up, fam? There's an idea for you. Find people to interview about prisons in all 50 states. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool because, you know, every single state runs their stuff different. Both the DOC side and the prison politics, you know, the convict side. Every state runs their shop a little bit different. So it would be really cool to get like the full spectrum. I call Colorado. Trev, I call you on that, bro. I call you on that. We're going to have you on, dog. You just opened your mouth, bro. You just stepped in it. You guys, Trev is going to be on here with us, and we're going to be doing an interview with him about what's up with Colorado, and I am excited about that. Buy Blue Shopper. Someone on TikTok said one southern prison selling body organs without family permission. That would be Alabama. Alabama is doing some of the foulest stuff that any prison system in the entire country has ever done. Yeah, they found a dude who was missing his heart. And they have repeatedly lied to family members about what has happened to their dead family members in there. It's just been atrocious. It's a nightmare. And I just want to publicly condemn the feds for not taking over that system and putting it on emergency status and having it run by, you know, whoever, bro. It's just crazy that they continue to allow them to treat people in such a disgusting manner. I know that prison is not supposed to be the Hilton. We all get that. It's not about that. They're treating people worse than anyone should treat animals, and it's disgusting in there, bro. Florida Jake, I was trying to share a funny joke about shanking chomos on here, but YouTube keeps telling me to edit my comment and try again. YouTube must be pro chomo. Look, man, I've gotten hits on a lot of my content where they would come back like a month or so more later, 3 months later sometimes, and they're like, we're gonna make your content 18 and over, and no one's ever gonna watch it. No one's ever gonna see it. Or, you know, I've gotten violations on here where they actually hit my content and took it down. So I've learned that, you know, YouTube is more free to speak on than the other platforms, but it's not free speech on here at all whatsoever. Free speech applies out like to legal ramifications within the free world, but yeah, so it's insane to me that it's always some chomo shit, bro. It's always about some chomos. They always are trying to, it is better than the clock app, Trev. They always trying to do some protection for people. And like personally, I thought some of the words that they don't want us to use were the compromise words, bro, because we had much fouler ways of referring to them. You know, and then they scaled it back, and now it's chomo. Like, bro, it's crazy to me, bro. It's crazy to me. I thought we could all agree that we shouldn't be doing terrible things to kids, bro. But I guess that some people aren't on board with that. And that's why we have wood chippers, dog. Hey, Jax!
Wood chipper!
Wood chipper! Tam Emerald, message from Pith. Hey, JD, hope you know you have saved me from hurting myself today because of your amazing people. And I won't take much out of time, but I love you and you saved me and all of us. Yo, these are the type of messages that make me wake up in the morning and be excited to be able to try to give you guys some of what like I've been blessed with. Like, because I've been blessed with so much gratitude. I've been blessed with a life that I never expected that I would ever be able to have, man. And it was right around the corner. It took hard work for me. And it took me being willing to make a lot of changes that I was terrified to make. But once I finally did, it was all right around the corner, man. And I believe that everybody has that ability to make those changes and to find, you know, a lot of us have way different struggles, man. Mental health slaps, bro. Mental health, and I believe that most people with substance use problems are just self-medicating for their mental health issues, for their childhood traumas, from whatever they've been going through, from their, you know, chemical imbalances in their head, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's all linked to the same struggle, bro. You know, whether it's gambling, it's, you know, substances, it's sexual issues, it's eating disorders, it's, you know, all self-harm, all these different things, man. We're all in the same battle together. I don't know about any of you, but I just want to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to be okay. I want to feel okay. I want to wake up in the morning and feel okay. And I have found that. And I want to do anything that I can to ride out with you guys and share the things that I've found with you guys, because you guys all deserve it. And, you know, there's days when I'm super not okay. And I'll come on here and you guys are my inspiration. I want you to know that you guys are my inspiration on the days that I'm not okay. You know, I woke up yesterday and it was a real hard day for me because it was my birthday, but, you know, it was the first birthday that I had without Alan here. He was one of my kids and we lost him last year. And, you know, I spent an hour and a half, 2 hours crying, making a video about that yesterday. And the comments that I got from you guys were so amazing and so beautiful, and they helped me to find my balance and to be okay again. And I love you guys, man. I love you. So when I get comments like I helped somebody, like I didn't save anybody. I didn't save anybody. You saved yourself. I'm just glad to have been any type of part of that, and I love you. And I'm speaking directly to you. I love you. I believe in you. We believe in you. This whole community loves you, and we believe in you. So thank you so much for the beautiful comment, and I'm so glad that you're here. You mean so much to us. Finbar Gallagher. Hey, what's up, Irish? How you doing? Hey, JD, random history question for you. The time in World War I, a group of Australians stole a tank and is now the only surviving A7V, and we still have it. Whoo! I'm not educated on that. Finbar. I'm glad that you brought that up. Please enlighten me. I would love to hear more about that. Let's see. And Abigail, thank you. Shane, thank you. Hey, Buy Blue Shopper, thank you so much. Trev, love you, thank you. Derek Swan wants to know when I get off probation. So, I'm eligible for early termination at the end of January, and my PO has already said that he is going to be requesting that the state of Florida allow me to get off at the end of January, because he says it's a waste of his time and it's a waste of my time to have me on probation. Now, whether or not the state of Florida decides that they want to honor that request is up to them. I earned the time. I'll ride it out for every second of it if I have to, and I'll be grateful because I deserved worse. With the crimes that I've done, I deserved worse. But hopefully I can be off at the end of February, man. Florida Jake, call JD Delay, 877, wood chipper now! Love you, dog. You're amazing. Drop the Funk asked, has meth ever put you in a psychosis, JD? Let me put it this way. I was literally up for so long, and I don't know why I decided I was going to leave my house. I don't know why I decided I was in great shape to go out and try to steal cars. But I just know that I was walking around an apartment complex parking lot, and I was having a full-blown argument with my crime partner about stealing a car and which car to steal, standing in front of the cars. I'm like, no, I want to steal this one. And he was like, no, we got to take this one. And I'm like, this one has the VTEC. And then I realized I was absolutely alone. And I was arguing with myself in a parking lot. And I was like, compose thyself. What the? And I took my dumb ass home, and I ate a cracker, and I took a nap for like 4 days. And I woke up, and I ate another cracker, and then I slept a little bit longer, and then I ate a whole nother cracker. And eventually, someone brought me a damn sandwich. And I needed that damn sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Because I was out to lunch. I had been way too long. I had been up, and I had been not eating. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to eat a Tic Tac and take a nap, bro. I was on a cold one. It was a cold movement when you're talking to yourself in a damn parking lot about which car you're going to steal. And the sun's coming up and people are waking up to go to work, and they see you out in front of their car going, I need this one, I have to redact. And then you're like, no, this one. What the fuck? That's not how we do it, bro. It's a bad get down. So yes, I would say that I probably did have the meth psychosis at least a couple of different times. And as soon as I realized it, I took my dumb ass home. I've fallen asleep riding bicycles. You ever fallen asleep riding a bicycle? It's not cool. The pavement will wake you up. It's a harsh alarm clock. I have fallen asleep more times than I can count. Driving. Driving's very calming and soothing. Been up for 8 days.
All right, that's not funny anymore. That's just terrifying.
It's absolutely terrifying. I mean, I feel like I did a better job than you do with curbs sometimes.
Okay. I'm fine in my new car.
Yes.
I have no business driving a minivan.
That's true and fair.
No business whatsoever driving anything more than a sedan, really.
Abby says she's fallen asleep driving her wheelchair and nearly drove herself into a ditch. Oh, no. Abby, we're going to need you to be more careful. You are precious cargo.
Yes.
And Trev, yeah, I used to call it drive napping, and I did it a lot when I was on the Kurumov. Family, not fans. There's no fans here. There's only family. I love all of y'all. You guys, I did a thing for myself yesterday. I don't often do the things for myself. I did a thing for myself. And I'm really excited about it. TikTok shop made me buy it. So I'm scrolling through TikTok and I'm like, yo, is that a Lego RV from Breaking Bad? Yes, it was. So I had to order it, bro.
You need to buy that right now.
I was like, it's my birthday. I'm getting the Lego Breaking Bad RV. and it comes with a little Heisenberg and a little Jesse. And yeah, Trev, I'm telling you, it's muy fuego, dog. I cannot wait till it comes. Really excited about that. Lego Meth RV, muy caliente! Chee!
I'm just a little concerned at how much my kids would want that if they knew it.
Hey, I love you guys, man. We are going to wrap it up for the night. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I want to thank Jax for being here. Again, all the love and respect to our mods. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you guys for the comments. Thank you guys for just being a part of my family, a part of our family, a part of all of our family. You guys matter. You guys are really important to us. We love you, and we'll see you on the next one. Hey, Florida Jake, I'm glad that I saw that. I curbed my semi the other day while running empty, and the trailer tandem axles kind of bounced a little bit. It was absolutely epic, man. I'm glad you're safe. Please be careful. My other friend who drives truck in Florida, whose name is also Jake,
Just call him out like that.
He's very, very good driver. Yeah, no, he's always fucking shit up, bro. It's great. He'll call me and he's like, so I didn't know that there was gonna be a tunnel here, and I'm kind of stuck, and it's rush hour in New York, and they've had to call the police, and it's kind of on the news right now, and I think I'm just gonna walk away from my truck. I'm like, oh my God, bro. So be careful out there. We love you guys. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one. One love, y'all.